What is up, guys? Hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome back to my Kano walkthrough. We are here in the fields. We just liberated the ox from his corruption. We got the relic, so we're going to proceed. We actually have a lot to do in this episode, so this might be a bit of a longer one. For starters, we're going to head towards this blue dot on the map. Before we get there, we have some stuff to take care of. There's a lot of collecting and things like that. You see there's a lot of rot hats, all that stuff in this area of the map. So we're going to be doing a bit of that before we progress with the story. So as I said, we are headed towards this blue waypoint on the map. But on our way, we're going to run into some things that we're going to do first. So if you look this way, you notice over there, there's a flower shrine. So we are going to take care of that. To do that, we have to follow this path here to the right. And if you go to the side of this house here, you see there's one of these water wheels that you can shoot. And it will launch a forest tier out out of that wheel. So before we hit that, we're going to get this money pot, and we'll use the tier here to revive these plots of lands as we have done before. As soon as you activate all of the buds here, you get some experience. Where there's also some other ones down here that we're going to get as well. So let's get this one too. So we got the experience from that one. And let's see, is there one more thingamabob here? Okay. Yep, I think that is it. I'm not sure if I got all of them in this last one, but anyway. So this one actually, when you revive these plots, this one actually has a rot. So be sure that you pick this one up. Do not leave him behind. He was hidden in one of these little flowers that we brought up. And that gets us to 65 rot, and we're now at rot level 4. So we now have 4 nodes with which we can use to perform actions in combat, which is super helpful. And I'm also going to use this as an opportunity, since we're at level 4 now. We've unlocked all of the abilities, so we have the potential to purchase anything that we want at this point in time. Let's see. I'm going to unlock the quick draw bomb. And then I have 160 left. I don't think that's enough to purchase anything else. Nope, these last ones are going to be pretty expensive. As I said before, we're going to be getting all of these. There's a trophy for unlocking all the abilities. Fortunately, we do not have too many left at this point in time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go inside of this little house that's next to the forest tier. Inside of this house, you'll see, you might remember from a couple other points in the game where you have these little owl statues. So it's going to be much the same in this section, where we need to move these owl statues to a special little spot. And then when you get 3 of them there, actually we're going to need to move it through the back door because they can't jump down. And there's stairs back here, so that's how we're going to do it. When you get all 3 of them to their spot, then you get a hat. So that's something that we want to get. We want to get all of the hats for the All Hats trophy. So we are going to be solving this little puzzle, and this is the first of 3 statues. So the spot that you want to get them to is right over here underneath this little covering. And so this is going to be our first one of 3. And I'll go on and point them right here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to that forest tier that we unlocked over here by this house, and then we're going to bring the rot dragon over there to unlock the flower shrine that we passed on our way over here. Yeah, I do have to be a little bit careful. Like you can't drop down off a ledge with this thing, otherwise he might bust open. So it's best just to follow the main path and not allow it to drop off of those little ledges over there by where the where those plots were that we revived. So just steer them right over here. Get our flower shrine. All right, so we can interact with this and get the money from the thing here. So what we're gonna do now is up on this little ledge here. There's gonna be a small encounter, nothing too drastic, but there are some enemies up here that we're gonna take care of. You can see these are more or less standard enemies here. Nothing to write home about. And as you see, we're in combat. I have 4 nodes now for my Rot Courage, which is quite nifty, if I do say so myself. So now that we've cleared this combat, we have access to the second owl statue, which we are going to move. I'm just checking to see, like, what's the path here. I think it's this way. Which we're going to move to our spot, which is right there in front of us. So we do have to wait for our little helpers here to make their way over to us. And once they get over here, we're going to put them on the second pedestal. I think they're kind of stuck. There they go. Sometimes they can get hung up on stuff in the environment, so you just got to be patient with them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, if you look at your map, you see there's this house right here. So that's where we're headed to next. And if you go around this house, you see these bombable rocks. We're actually not going to use... we're not going to bomb them yet. If you go right around here to the side, though, there's a treasure chest here. And inside this treasure chest is the pancake hat. And also behind here, we have our... third owl statue. And then, of course, we're going to want to throw a bomb here. Get these opened up so our friends can cross underneath. It's a pretty tight window that it gives you. It does not give you very much time, but it gives you enough. And we're just going to kind of inch them along here. Hopefully they don't get hung up on that fence. There we go. And now we're going to bring them right along here to our spot. All right, so this is the third statue. So now we're going to get our hat. We get the egg hat. So now we're going to go back to this house. But instead of going to that side of it, we're going to go to this side of it, and we can bomb these rocks to get in. So inside of here is a cursed chest. And we have to destroy 10 enemies in 35 seconds. And these are all really low level enemies, so they're not... This isn't that tough to pull off. As long as you just stay engaged. Don't waste any time. Oops, I probably did that too early. Oh, no, I didn't. I was afraid he hadn't spawned all the way in yet, so I was afraid he was going to not take the damage. But he did. And we survived. As I said, those are all basic enemies, so it's not that hard of a challenge. So inside of this treasure chest, we have ourselves another rot. Brings us up to 66. Okay, so now that we've taken care of business in here, we're actually going to start following the path that takes us to the next area of the game. And that path is straight through here, this little archway in the rock. So right in front of us here, we have a blue money pot. So we're going to jump on up here, have our rot tip it over to get our moolah. Then if you look right up here, we've got, whoops, I don't want bombs. I want arrows. We have a grapple flower. And so we can use your rot here to activate that forest tier. And then we can have our rot move this gate. And now, since we've done that, we can have our rot move the forest tier to the forest tier spot here to actually spawn the thing. As you see, they're like hung up on the... sometimes it takes them a while. It's all good. Okay. So we're going to use our rot dragon to clear up this here flower shrine. And also it clears up this corruption in here, so we can go inside the house. And to the left we have a large treasure chest that just has some money. Well, this one has berries in it. This large treasure chest has money inside of it. We can have our rot move this barricade here. All right. And we can also now do this cursed chest as well. This one doesn't have a time limit. It just has a set number of enemies. And these are, you know, not difficult enemies, but they're not the pushovers that the last one was. These ones are, you know, a little bit tougher, but definitely not the hardest enemies in the game. And of course, with no time limit, this one ain't so bad. Just use a rot hammer on this one. I think I can one-shot him with a rot hammer. Yep. This one's a little bit more tough. This guy. Yeah, these guys' attacks can be a pain. But rot hammers are good against him. And of course, he has that weak spot in his back. If you can manage to shoot it. And if you just try to attack him from the front, he usually blocks your attacks. So you got to be a little bit strategic with how and where you hit him. Of course, he is susceptible to arrows, especially if you can hit that weak point, which I have not been successful in doing. Come on. Nope. Can't get it. Do another rot hammer on him. That might kill him. Yep. There we go. Not too bad. All right, so we're going to head back up to where that cursed chest was so we can open it up. And inside of this, we get the cowboy hat. You see over there, there's some corruption blocking a doorway, so we're going to use our rot dragon to go over there. And so we can grapple over to this flower inside of here. And there's a rot waiting for us underneath this little container here. All right, number 67. So we're going to go to the bottom here. We can have our rot move this barricade for us. And I guess it kind of creates a shortcut. We're actually not going to use it right now. We're actually going to head back up to where we came from because on this same little platform here, we have our hat cart that we want to activate because once we activate a hat cart, it gives us a hat. So we now get the sun hat just for activating this hat cart. So let's pick up the remaining hats that we haven't purchased yet. There we go. And we got some rot that needs some more swag, so we'll put just a few duplicates here. Let's see, we have 2 more. There we go, we're all good. Really, I just like spending my money on these things because I don't like having just a ton of money that I can't do anything with. And really, the only thing to use your money for is to buy the hats. So, you know, I play along. I buy the hats. So now we are going to finish going up this path here. Activate this checkpoint. And this is the way forward.
Ah, you made it. The path is blocked, but I'm sure Rufus can help.
Okay, so just a quick check. If you've been following along, you should have 14 rot, 6 hats, 4 flower shrines, both cursed chests, and a meditation spot. So now that the ox has broken open this rock, we can now follow this path. There's going to be a short little encounter up here. By no means is it going to be all that challenging. Still some low-level scrubs up in here. This guy, an exploder. Oh, another exploder. Dang it, that one got me. Oh, well. But the encounter's over now, so I'm going to just recover my health. So up here on this wooden platform. Oh, did it? I'm just going to wait. I pulse like right here, and I guess that was close enough to actually activate this, but I like to be standing on it when I pulse, because we got some target practice here. Some of these are kind of far away, so make sure you're careful with your aim. There we go. So we get another rot for our trouble. Okay, so now we're gonna follow this path, and you'll see right up here. There's like there's a rot indicator right across from us that teases you. You can't get to that yet, so right now you just got to drop down and slide on down, and then turn into this cave here. There's sort of a split path here. If you turn to your left, there's a little chest you can get here for some extra money, and there is, you can lift this pillar up to get yourself a rot. Okay. So now we're going to follow the main path, and in here there's an encounter. Got one of these things. Exploder, watch out for that. Blow this thing up with a bomb. Shoot him with an arrow. And here's our dead zone heart that we're going to blow up. All right. So this is the way forward. So before you blow these rocks up, you kind of want to just jump up here. Grab this ledge, and then you can blow up the rocks here, and you can actually, before if you blew them up, the platforms would have been too high. So now since we climbed up first and then blew them up, even though the platforms are high up, we're high enough up to climb them. So you want to jump over to this platform here, and then you're going to need to blow these things up again, which then allows you to jump across to this one. And then this one. So what you want to do here is at this pathway, you want to turn left. And this is, remember when we looked across from just a couple minutes ago, this is actually that spot. So as I said, we were gonna get over here later anyway, so you cannot make that jump. So you just gotta circle around, and then you get this rot. So now what we're gonna do is follow the main path here. There's gonna be another rock puzzle. So this flower allows us to grapple up top here. And then if you turn around here, there's another flower you can grapple up. And then you want to bomb these rocks again. And then now you can jump on across. And this activates a memory.
Hana and Adira harvested crystals on these cliffs.
So after you examine the pile of stuff, this appears and you can follow it and activate the memory. So just a little glimpse of where we're headed. Adira was forging weapons there in the forge. It's just where we're headed. Okay. So what you need to do here is there's actually 2 sets of rocks to bomb. So throw a bomb at the first one, jump across, throw a bomb at the second one. And then you're going to want to jump over here to the left, because there's a switch on this one that you need to shoot with your arrow to flip it. And then now you want to jump this way so you can jump on the flipped over rock. It gets you up here. And up here we have our next boss fight. Now this boss is a little bit tricky. He is very heavily armored. So you're going to need to use your bombs to expose his weak points. Just keep that in mind. And of course, he spawns extra enemies around him. So whenever you use your bombs, you see how his weak points show up for just a brief second. So that's really what you got to do here. Now, your bombs, unfortunately, don't really stun him. He still keeps moving. But what your bombs do is they expose the weak points that you can shoot. And there are, so he has, pretty powerful attacks. He telegraphs them pretty well. So as long as you keep your distance, you're not in too much danger. He does have that projectile that he throws a boulder at you. There we go. So really it's a matter of just throwing your bombs and exposing those weak points. I think that's all of his weak points, actually, now that I think about it. I'm going to do a rot hammer, and I'm going to do another rot hammer. I've got 4 of them. I'm really just going to do 4 of them in a row, I think. Why not, really? I'm going to pulse to collect those courage nodes, and then he's almost dead. Do another rot hammer. So that's 5 rot hammers in a row. He's almost dead. Oh, wow. That hurt. All right, what's up, guy? Do you have another weak point that I can hit? Oh, yes, you have one in the back of your leg there. Yep. Oh, I missed it. Dang it. There we go. That one I hit. Oh, he exposed. I don't have any rot actions, unfortunately, so he exposed his dead zone heart in the back. You don't need to use that to kill him, but obviously it'll do some damage to him if you have a rot action to use there. I'm trying to get this weak point here on his heel. There we go. Got it. So not too bad once you know what the trick is. All right, guys. Well, we got ourselves the second relic for Adira's mask. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, we did cover a lot of ground in this episode. We got a lot of the collectibles in this area. You see from killing that boss, we just got ourselves, and getting the relic, I should say, we got ourselves 3 more rot for free, bringing us up to a total of 73. And we have 20 of 25 rot in this area now. So I said this would be a bit of maybe a longer episode. It wasn't that much longer than my normal episodes are, but we did cover a lot. We got a lot of stuff in this one, and we got ourselves 1 more relic in 1 single episode. So pretty jam-packed, good stuff, and I'm going to call it right here, guys. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we're going to continue on through the fields in the next episode. So looking forward to finishing this out and clearing out Adira's mask. So anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.